come across passages, now that we're a child of God, are we gonna walk according to God's ways or fall back into allowing the flesh to have its way? Colossians 2 speaks to that, verse 11. Your whole self, ruled by the flesh, was put off, past tense, was put off when you were circumcised by Christ, having been buried with him in baptism, in which you were also raised with him through your faith in the working of God who raised you from the dead. Your whole self, that old flesh, was put off as a result of being in a new relationship with Christ. Can I say this though? The problem is that isn't your experience. In the day-to-day rhythms of life, it still feels like sin has a lot of its way with me. And whether I willingly hand that leadership over or just default back into sinful practices, it doesn't. That passage of your old flesh was put off, it doesn't feel put off. It feels very active. It feels very alive in me in this ongoing competition, this ongoing contest for who's going to win the day. The problem is in that too, you're not alone. That's not just your expression. That's not just your experience. That's something that every child of God is dealing with in different various ways. And so then it comes down to, what about, Todd, not just those things that I fail in this area or that area occasionally, but what about the things in my life that feel dominated by sin? Like I just can't seem to break this cycle. It happens again and again. In our rooted experience, we've come to call that concept strongholds. That's a stronghold in your life. Here's a definition in your notes. A stronghold is a sinful, reoccurring, dominating thought pattern or habitual behavior that hinders one's spiritual growth and relationship with God. It's this area that I cannot seem to break the chain in my life, and I keep going back to it. I've tried so many ways to not to, but it keeps having an area of rule in my life. It's a dominating thought pattern or habitual behavior that hinders one's spiritual growth and relationship with God. So here's the question: if I have the capacity, if I've been made alive with God through Jesus, why do I keep sinning? And why do I especially let certain sins dominate my life? Why is this happening? And again, I'm so glad you asked. That's number 2 in our notes. Take a look. Strongholds run deep because they're tied to your affections. Strongholds run deep because they're tied, they're connected to your affections. We're gonna go one chapter deeper into the book of Romans. Turn to Romans 7, verse 14. We know that the law is spiritual, but I am unspiritual, sold as a slave to sin. I do not understand what I do. Can I just tell you that sentence alone is so summary of not only what we're about to read, but what you and I live out. I do not understand what I keep doing. For what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. And if I do what I do not want to do, I agree that the law is good. God has put his law in our hearts. That is the right kind of response. I keep falling below it though. And if verse 17, as it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is sin living in me. For I know that good itself does not dwell in me, that is in my sinful nature. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. What a profound statement. How much can we understand that and resonate with that? For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep on doing. I'm a mess. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is sin living in me that does it. By the way, I read that passage really slow because that is really hard. There's a lot to do's and not to do's in there. But even more important than the do or not do, I want you to pay attention to this. I just read 7 verses, and in 7 verses, 6 times we came across the word want or desire. They come from the same Greek word, which is the most basic word for a longing. And here's what I want you to catch, this is in your notes. The real battle isn't just about doing right, It's about wanting right. The real battle isn't just about doing right behaviorally, things you say, things you think. It's about wanting right. Two authors put it this way: the lure of sin is not dead, though we have died to it. That's a powerful statement. It resonates with us. The lure of sin is not dead, though we have died to sin.